Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So unfortunately for you today, this is going to be an awkward cringy voiceover video. So I did a little bit of groundwork with the boys the other day and I thought I would go ahead and share some of it, but obviously because I've got the camera propped on the fence as I'm filming this, I can't really explain to you what's going on, and I didn't really want to do like the whole text on screen thing because that would be a lot of reading for you guys. So here we are, awkward voiceover explaining what I'm doing with this little groundwork session we did together. So as you can see, I've got a few different things set up in the yard. I'll tend to do stuff like this, like I'll get a setup together and I'll do a couple of days with it and then I'll change it up a bit. So we've got to the right there, we've just got a row of poles, just using them as walk poles. We've got the 4 poles in the middle there on a circle. Yes, they're technically not proper poles, they're broken, but shh, it's fine, they still work. And at the back there we had a tarp on the floor as well, just for something a little bit different. I mean, they're all fine with it, they've all done the walk on the tarp thing in the past, but it's good to refresh them. And yeah, as you can see, neither of them were bothered about going over that tarp. So the idea is that it's just a little bit of brain work for them, getting them to think about where they're putting their feet, with also the added bonus of them getting a little bit of a muscular workout. So obviously walk poles are incredibly good for horses. It really helps them build those top line muscles. And also they're getting another added bonus of doing in-hand work with me, which is great for their ground manners, especially in Mr. Blueberry's case, because he does have a tendency, bless him, of being a little bit of a tank. Not Woody. Woodster's always been incredibly polite in hand, but Blue can be very tanky. And so this kind of thing, doing in-hand work together with him, has proven to be very beneficial over the years. He's really become quite polite. With me, anyway. He does get a bit pushy with Mum still, which really annoys me. I'm trying so hard to teach him to be a gentleman, but oh, he's just one of those horses, unfortunately. But he's tons better than he used to be, so we're going in the right direction. So yeah, I just tend to keep mixing things up. Obviously we'll do circles both ways. We've done the walk poles both ways. I did a little bit of weaving in and out of the poles as well. Like I said, I do mix it up and sort of do different sort of walk around everything a few different ways just to keep them a bit more interested. I've sped some of the video up here a little bit just so you can see what I'm doing with each of them, but without it going on too long. But you kind of get the idea. There's only so many combinations of things you can do with this setup. I would say, all in all, I probably did about 30 minutes with each of them. So adding in a few little bits of rein back there as well. I quite like doing rein back between 2 poles, just because it gives them that little bit of extra guidance to encourage them to stay straight. So they all have a habit of swinging their haunches out one way or another. So yeah, I really do like doing rein back between the 2 poles, and we're doing some nice tight circles around the pell that I've got in the middle of the yard there. Yeah, it was all a bit of fun. It was good fun. So we're doing a little bit more rein back practice here with Mr. Woodster, and as you can see, this is why I quite like using the poles for this. So he has a tendency to swing his bottom out, as they all do. And having the pole there just gave me the visual guidance to remind me, oh hey, you're swinging your bow, Woodster. So I was able to catch you a bit quicker. But also if his foot taps that pole, it gives him a little reminder as well. And now we're doing Woodster's favourite in-hand exercise ever, which is putting the handbrake on and leaving him there for a little while I go off and get some more sweeties to put in my pouch because they ate them all. Now, this is something that Woodster is awesome at. I did teach him this from quite a young age, but because he is a very laid-back, lazy dude, his favourite thing to do is to do nothing. So this is a really good exercise for him. He finds it so easy. He'll happily stay there for 5-10 minutes if I leave him there. He's so good. And look at his little face. He's like, oh yeah, easiest sweeties ever. Woohoo, let's do more of this. Oh, he's so funny, bless him. Each horse has their own strengths and their own weaknesses. And yeah, handbrake parking, definitely a strength for Woodster. Mr. Blueberry, however, is a little bit different. So here he's really struggling with the rein back actually. So yeah, the poles there, well, they kind of helped and they kind of didn't, because I don't know if I was maybe being a bit too fussy. Maybe I should have just asked for the rein back and just let him get on with it rather than fussing about him being super straight at this point. But then again, at the same time, I kind of want him to go back straight rather than going off like on a weird semicircle funny angle kind of thing. But we had a little bit of resistance with that. He struggled to understand what we were trying to do. He really couldn't put the pieces together, bless him. So we just had a few goes of that. I always try to take him for a little walk in between as well, especially when it's something they're struggling with. Just give them a little bit of a change of scenery in between goes, just to kind of like clear their head so they don't get too stressed about it. Because he gets really stressed about things, bless him. When he doesn't understand, or when he finds it difficult, if you keep pushing him and pushing him, he'll get really, really stressed, and then he starts doing this. He'll start lashing those front legs out. That is his go-to response when he doesn't like something, is he lashes those front legs out. You've got to be so careful because he's so fast, and he has a really long reach with those things, I'm telling you. For a short-legged cob, he really can swing those things out. So as you can see, he did a little bit better this time. Still, yeah, we're still standing on that pole, but he's kind of understanding what I'm asking him to do now. I did end up getting a dressage whip just so I had a little bit of extra reach, just to communicate with his bottom a little bit more, because usually I try to like point at body parts when I want them to do something, but because he was struggling with it, I thought, okay, let's use the stick. I've got a little bit more reach, and I can give him a tickle with it if he gets a bit stuck, and that really helped us. So there we go, we're just trying to do a few more baby steps, and as you can see, he's kind of getting it now. There, we look at his little happy face, and he gets his sweeties, om nom nom. And Tia is just, she's even got her ear inside out. What is wrong with that dog? I don't know if you've ever noticed in the background of my videos, but she's nuts. She is a typical collie. She's not even full collie, she's only half collie. She's bonkers. She'll do this the whole time I'm working with a horse. Literally the whole time. She just runs laps around us, barking and squeaking and being stressed, and it's very peculiar. I don't know why she does it. Who knows? Maybe she's trying to herd us. And she's trying to chase birds at the same time as herding us by the looks of it. So, Blue's turn to do a little bit of parking practice now. And as I said, this is a strength for Woody, however this is a weak spot for Blue. Because he is quite an impatient horse and he's quite a fidgety horse, this is not something that he finds easy. And the fact that we can even do it for this long with him now is a miracle. This has taken a lot of work and a lot of training, I can tell you that. So again, we're just going to go for a little walk in between, and then we're going to have another go, just to kind of like reset his mind a little bit. But that right there was awesome for him, like seriously awesome. He's so difficult to park. So difficult. I've really struggled with this exercise with him. I struggle with Nelly as well, but she's easier than Blue is. So what I generally do, so my cue for asking them to park and put the handbrake on and wait is I'll put my hand on their nose. And as you can see, we miscommunicated there and he decided he was going to follow me. So I'm just going to back him back up, hand on the nose again, and I'll ask them to wait. And he's trying to follow me again. So just going to back him up again, try and get him back to where I left him, hand on the nose again. He does know what it means, bless him, he does know this. And yeah, he's trying to come after me again. Now the hand up as well, they do understand that. So if I put my hand up in the air, like, you know, the generic stop symbol, you put your hands up in the air like stop kind of thing, they all understand that. So I can give him visual cues from when I'm a bit further away as well. And my goal here, so I put my hand up there because I could see him being tempted to move. So my goal there was basically to walk away and do a lap of the yard. And eventually, after a few goes, we got it. So that is a big achievement for Mr. Blueberry because, like I said, he really struggles with this. So I'm really chuffed with him for that. And off we go for a little walk again. Oh, he's such a good boy. And to finish off our session, I decided to introduce the boys to the sword. I mean, they've both seen it lots of times before. They don't have a problem with it. I just wanted to do a little bit of work with them, using the sword a bit closer to them. So I've done a fair bit with Nellie now. Like, she does not care at all. She's like, I don't even think she notices I'm doing anything strange, to be honest. In fact, I'm not really sure any of them notice that I'm doing anything strange or out of the ordinary. I think they just look at me like the strange human that I am, and they're like, oh, Mother's doing weird things again, let's humour her, okay. But as you can see here, Woodster is like, I'm not even sure he quite understands what his purpose is here. He's just like, oh, I'm just standing here being trickle-fed sweeties, cool, okay. So yeah, just sort of, as you can see, just doing a general desensitizing exercise, swinging the sword all around them, getting them used to it, giving them a little tap with it, touching them with it, smacking the pell with it. I did hit that quite hard, actually. I wanted to make lots of noise, and as you can see, he didn't even flinch. Like, he wasn't even bothered by it at all. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing here with Mr. Blueberry. His response when I stick it up in the air is so cute. He's like, ooh, sword, I like this thing, it's entertaining. Look at him. He has to touch things. So this is Blue's little thing. He likes to touch things, and it's partly down to the fact that he's had issues with, like, being nervous around new objects, so I taught him the go and put your nose on it game, which I've probably done with, like, hacking and chatting videos before with him. But if he's nervous of something, I always encourage him to go put his nose on it. And then he realises, oh yeah, it's cool, it's not going to hurt me, and then we can carry on with our ride without spooking or any other misbehaviours. So that is a really cute little thing he does there with strange objects. He always likes to put his nose on them, and I love this. I think it's really good because it teaches your horse to approach things that they're scared of rather than running away from them. I mean, he's not scared here. You can see he's not scared. He's very interested, but he's not scared. But it's just, it's the habit that I've taught him. It's like, oh, strange object, let's go investigate it and touch it. And yeah, I think any other horse that I train in the future, that is going to be one of the first things I ever teach them, is approach the scary thing and put your nose on it. It's such a valuable exercise. Really, really valuable. What's next? Oh yeah, I forgot I stuck this on the end. Did a little bit of lunging with Stumpy to finish the day off as well, and she was spicy. She gets the zoomies in a second. Whee! Oh, she's so funny. So I try to do stuff with her like a couple of days a week. Yeah, she'd had a few days off and she was feeling very fresh, as you can see. I kid you not, she kept up that pace for a solid 10 minutes. Couldn't stop her. Even after the 10 minutes, I had to run her into a fence to get her to stop. She was absolutely on one. She was in full-on crazy ginger mode. It was hilarious. But yeah, I did eventually manage to stop her by running her into the fence. We changed direction, and then she did the same thing again. Slightly slower. She did get a little bit of the edge off on the first rein. But yeah, basically another 10 minutes of crazy bucking, galloping ginger pony. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all soon. Bye.